Okay, let's paint a picture. Imagine this scenario. Your truck, it's loaded up with really urgent goods, right?
Uh-huh. High value, tight deadline.
Exactly. And it gets stuck, maybe at a bustling international border post, the CMR, the consignment note, it's all ready. Everything looks good.
Finally seems aligned. Yeah.
But then your phone starts buzzing, nonstop. Your client needs to reroute the delivery, like right now. Different unloading location.
Oh, classic. Just when you think you're set.
And then the freight forwarder calls. They need an unforeseen supplement, some extra charge. Meanwhile, your driver, just waiting, clock's ticking.
And every minute costs. It eats into margins, risks penalties.
Damages client relationships potentially. Does that whole feeling of fragmentation, does that sound familiar?
Absolutely. It's the daily grind for so many in special goods transport.
Managing quotes here, planning there, chartering somewhere else, customs, execution, billing, all these disconnected silos.
It really is. Each step feels isolated, leading to this constant scramble. It's reactive, always playing catch up, always correcting things.
And that costs time, money, and frankly, a lot of stress.
Yeah, peace of mind goes out the window. And often, what's holding businesses back isn't just the complexity of transport itself. It's the old systems trying to manage it all.
Exactly right. And that's what we're diving into today. Fleet intelligence, special goods transport. We're not just talking small tweaks here.
No, this is more fundamental.
We're exploring a really big shift in how you manage the whole operation, from that very first client call.
All the way to the cash hitting the bank.
The whole vision is this single, synchronized flow, managed in real time, turning that chaos into, well, clarity.
And what's really transformative, I think, is moving away from that patchwork of tools we mentioned. Spreadsheet here, planning software there, a separate billing system.
Right, the digital duct tape holding it all together.
Pretty much. And moving towards a vertical ERP system. Now, that word vertical is important.
Why vertical specifically? What's the difference?
Well, a generic ERP handles standard business stuff, finance, HR maybe, but a vertical ERP, it's built for goods transport. It understands your world.
Ah, so it speaks the language already.
Exactly. It knows about CMRs, multi-leg journeys, customs, geofencing, ton-kilometer pricing. All that stuff is built in.
Yeah.
You don't need massive, expensive customizations that honestly often don't quite work right anyway.
So it orchestrates the whole process end to end because it gets the details.
Precisely. It connects all those specialized dots.
Okay, so let's talk about the big promise here for you, the listener. This deep dive, what we're aiming to show is how this system creates a single, unbroken data flow.
Yeah, uninterrupted.
We're talking everything. Initial pricing, quoting, planning, right through to the final accounting. And critically, it includes what's happening out in the field.
The missions, the drivers.
Yeah, and seamlessly tied in with real-time telematics, GPS, tracking, all of it.
So the ultimate goal is pretty clear, isn't it?
Zero re-entry of data, that's huge. Zero blind spots in your operations. And getting that invoice correct the very first time.
No more typos from copying data between systems. No more guessing where your truck actually is versus where the plan says it should be.
Which brings up a key question, though. How do you actually achieve that? That level of integration across such a complex chain, especially when things change on the fly.
It's a real challenge. Every minute counts. Every decision has a financial impact.
Right. And that takes us straight into our first chapter, quotes and smart planning. This is where the strategy really begins to change.
Yeah, this is fundamental. This is where businesses can shift from just reacting to, quote, requests.
To actually shaping the business they take on.
Exactly. Forget digging through old spreadsheets or making best guesses. With this kind of fleet intelligence, quoting becomes, well, automated and smart.
So regardless of how you price, flat rate per ton, the complex ton-kilometer stuff.
It handles it, even across different currencies, which is common. And crucially, it automatically applies your specific client pricing agreements.
Ah, those detailed contracts you negotiated.
Right. They're applied directly when you prepare the mission. It's not just about being faster. It's about being accurate and strategically aligned from the get-go.
That seems like a game changer. So imagine client sends a request instead of someone scrambling.
The system instantly picks the right pricing scheme, simulates the cost, considering the variables.
Like fuel surcharges, maybe?
Could be, yeah. And then, click, it converts that quote into a fully prepared mission.
What's the real impact there, moving beyond just speed to that kind of upfront accuracy?
Well, the insight is that automated quoting changes your sales function. It's not just reactive anymore. It becomes a proactive profit modeling engine.
So you can choose jobs based on real profitability projections.
Precisely, which was almost impossible with manual systems. And this intelligence then flows directly into strategic planning.
How so?
The system pulls together all your transport requests. It gives you the data to make informed decisions. Do we use our own truck, or do we need to charter this one out, subcontract it?
Makes sense. That arbitration is key.
And it helps intelligently group different lots together. LTL consolidation. To maximize your loading rates, reduce those really costly empty kilometers.
Okay, and for anyone wrestling with international logistics, this sounds huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about preparing the entire international dossier customs docs, transit papers, before the truck even starts its engine.
Preventing those awful border delays.
Exactly. And the system helps clarify those roles, too. The charterer who's organizing the transport, juggling capacity, deadlines, costs.
Versus the freight forwarder.
Right. The
Yeah.
forwarder who's managing the customs side,
But-
the specific logistical formalities at borders. Having those roles and the documents they need clearly defined and linked in the system. It's invaluable.
It really feels like a shift from, constantly putting out fires.
So proactively optimizing the whole journey.
You can almost picture it, can't you? A planning screen assigning the best tractor, trailer, driver combo, factoring in time windows, grouping points.
Driver availability, too. And knowing all the paperwork is sorted before departure, planning becomes less of a headache and more of a strategic lever.
Maximizing loads, minimizing waste. A real advantage.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got the perfect plan. Routes are optimized, international docks are ready, but we all know the real world happens on the road, right?
Hey, yeah, plans meet reality.
So what happens then when the truck is actually moving? How do we make sure that plan translates into, flawless execution?
Good question. And that brings us nicely to Chapter 2, real-time field execution and driver collaboration.
Right, the folks on the ground.
Exactly. This is where mobile tech really empowers your drivers. They get their whole mission right on their mobile device.
Not just the route.
No, much more. It's a full digital manifest, the transport order, detailed steps for each leg, all the documents they need digitally.
Wow, no more paper stacks.
Right. And even custom checklists, ensuring compliance points are hit. It just makes things clearer and simpler for them.
So no more rummaging through crumpled papers or calling back to the office asking, what was that address again?
Hopefully, much less of that. And what's really powerful is how drivers can update their mission status in real time.
Like, departed depot, arrived at loading.
Exactly. Started loading, finished unloading, you name it, every key step. This gives everyone back in the office instant, granular visibility.
Cutting down on those where's my shipment calls.
Precisely. And it goes further than just status. Drivers can also report expenses directly.
On the road expenses, like tolls.
Tolls, parking, maybe visa fees on international runs. They can categorize them easily through the app and, critically, capture documents.
Documents? How?
Take a picture. Snap the signed CMR, the delivery note, maybe even proof of damage if something happened. Upload it right then and there, directly into the trip file.
So the driver becomes an active part of the data flow, not just an endpoint.
Exactly. They're feeding information back into the system continuously.
That feels like a huge shift. Instead of finding out about delays or extra costs after the fact.
You see it happening. Imagine a driver quickly adds a toll expense, uploads the receipt, done. Or they update status to load it.
And that instantly triggers an updated ETA for the client.
You got it. Every field event feeds crucial data back for ETAs, for service quality tracking, even for getting ready to bill later. It's this continuous stream of operational intelligence.
Allowing for mid-journey adjustments, keeping clients informed. That's powerful.
It really is. And this seamless data capture from the field, it links perfectly with smart planning and brings us to Chapter 3. Integrated telematics for ultimate visibility.
Ah, the GPS side of things.
Yes, but it's more than just a dot on a map because you need to see and understand the context, right?
Absolutely. So how does that integration work? ERP plus GPS.
The real power comes when your ERP talks directly to your advanced GPS systems. This gives you true real-time traceability.
Okay, so current position, obviously. What else?
Historical routes, meticulously recorded, great for audits, analysis, and timestamped proof of arrival and departure using geofences.
Geofences, remind me.
They're virtual boundaries you set up. Around a client's depot, a border crossing, specific loading bays, anywhere important. When the vehicle enters or leaves that zone, it's logged automatically, time-stamped.
Okay, got it. And the benefit of tying that into the ERP.
It eliminates discrepancies. That's the key.
Yeah.
No more disconnect between the plan, what the driver reported manually, and what the vehicle's GPS actually recorded.
Ah, so one single source of truth.
Exactly. A unified vision. Undeniable proof of service, proof of route adherence. It cuts down disputes massively, clear accountability, a factual basis for everything.
I can see the strategic value, visualizing a live trip map, seeing the exact trace, timestamps for every stop, maybe even speed data.
All possible. Or think about this. An alert pops up. Probable delay based on current location and traffic. The system could trigger a message to the driver.
And maybe even help replan the client's delivery slot, all within the system.
That's the kind of proactive capability we're talking about. It saves relationships, avoids penalties. It's operational agility.
Invaluable. And this unified, validated data stream, I guess it makes the next step much easier.
Absolutely. It leads perfectly into Chapter 4. Effortless billing and faster cash flow. All the groundwork is done.
So when a trip is marked closed in the system,
All the data needed for billing is already there. Consolidated, validated. Every pricing line, flat rate, tonnage, ton-kilometer checked.
plus surcharges, rebillable expenses the driver captured.
Everything. It's all linked to the trip file. The invoice is essentially pre-built, waiting for final approval.
That must fundamentally change the billing process.
It does. The system generates the invoice, automatically applying the specific client's format or rules. Handles multi-currency easily, a big headache otherwise in international transport.
And tracking payments.
Tracks payment status in real time, partial, total, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Manages client balances. You can finally ditch those risky, error-prone external spreadsheets.
That directly hits the bottom line, improving working capital.
Significantly. Faster, more accurate billing means faster cash flow. You can almost see it. Open the pre-invoice, check it, apply the client rules, generate the PDF, mark an advance payment received, all just a few clicks.
That's the goal. Integrated from quote to cash. Makes cash flow predictable, transparent, which frees up capital for other things. Fleet upgrades, expansion.
Strategic reinvestment. Makes sense.
And speaking of efficiency and, well, keeping people happy, Chapter 5 tackles something often tricky. Streamlined driver bonuses.
Yes. That can be a real point of friction, can't it? Disputes, manual calculations.
Historically, yes. Incredibly time-consuming, often feels opaque to the drivers, leads to arguments, erodes trust.
Takes up management time, too.
Definitely. But with fleet intelligence, the bonuses can be calculated automatically, per trip, per journey, however you set it up, based on clear, predefined criteria.
Like miles driven, on-time deliveries, maybe fuel efficiency.
Any metric you can measure and agree on. And the key is transparency. The system uses the validated data we've been talking about, no guesswork.
So drivers can see how their bonus was calculated. Exactly. They see the data behind it. Builds fairness. And then paying out. It's simple. Aggregate the calculated bonuses. One click to trigger them.
Effectively eliminates those end-of-month arguments.
That's the aim. Better driver relations, better morale, less admin hassle for HR and payroll. It helps keep your good drivers, too, because they feel fairly treated.
Okay, so we have all this real-time validated data flowing through one system. Planning, execution, telematics, billing, bonuses.
Yeah.
Which naturally leads to Chapter 6, dashboards that drive decisions.
Right, because collecting data is one thing. Using it strategically, that's the real power.
What kind of insights can you get from these dashboards?
It's about comprehensive monitoring. Intuitive dashboards showing key metrics instantly. Revenue per client, per tractor, per driver. Track it over any period.
Profitability analysis? Margins.
Absolutely. Drill down into margins, get a consolidated view of costs, fuel, tolls, parking, visas broken down by specific transport flows. Not just grand totals, but granular details.
So it's more than just reporting past performance.
Much more. It's a real-time health check. It empowers you to make fast, informed, proactive decisions.
Like identifying unprofitable tricks.
Exactly. Spot them quickly, understand why they're unprofitable by looking at the detailed cost breakdown, and then decide whether to stop them or fix them.
And equally, identify the winners.
Double down on the routes, clients, or types of transport that consistently deliver strong margins. You finally have the hard numbers to back up those gut feelings about certain legacy routes, maybe losing money.
That ability to prove it to stakeholders. That's empowering. It truly shapes the business.
Gives you a competitive edge, definitely.
And finally, Chapter 7 circles back to something critical, especially for many listeners, mastering international compliance.
Yeah, this is non-negotiable. The stakes are incredibly high in cross-border transport.
Documentation is everything, isn't it? The complexity of different rules, customs, legal frameworks.
It's a minefield. One missing document, one incorrect form, It can lead to huge delays, fines, even vehicles being impounded. Serious reputational damage, too.
So how does the system help navigate that minefield?
This is where that clear role management and integrated documentation we talked about earlier really shines. The system clearly defines who does what.
Freight forwarders managing customs.
Right, handling the complex declarations and logistics for each specific border, and charterers focusing on organizing the actual transport, the costs, the routes.
And the documents follow the mission.
Exactly. Every necessary permit, certificate, declaration is generated or attached digitally to the mission file, accessible to the right person at the right time. It builds compliance in from the start.
Mitigating risk significantly, ensuring smooth legal transit.
That proactive compliance saves massive headaches and potentially crippling penalties. It protects your license to operate internationally.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive then. We've explored how a truly vertical ERP system orchestrates that entire special goods transport journey.
From the, quote, the planning,
Through real-time execution out in the field, live tracking with telematics.
straight into automated billing, easier cash collection, fair driver bonuses.
And finally, using all that data for smart, strategic steering of the business. All connected.
Integrated in a single dynamic flow, eliminating that fragmentation that causes so many problems.
And the core benefits, just to reiterate.
Fewer nasty surprises, fewer unexpected issues. A real reduction in those hidden costs that quietly kill your margins.
And crucially, cash faster, more predictably.
Which isn't just about saving money. It's about having the capital to grow and invest.
You know, this level of integrated intelligence, it does more than just smooth out daily operations, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It fundamentally changes how you make strategic decisions.
Imagine moving beyond just reacting to problems after they've happened.
To proactively shaping your business, making informed moves, spotting opportunities because you truly understand every part of your operation.
So the provocative thought for you, the listener, what competitive advantage could you unlock with that depth of insight, that level of control over your fleet intelligence?
Yeah. What new opportunities might open up?
If you're wondering how this unified system could tackle your specific challenges, maybe it's complex load grouping, tricky international chartering, multi-currency headaches, or that ton-kilometer pricing.
We really do invite you to reach out.
Send us a message. We can actually set up a personalized scenario using your tariff structures.
Yeah, we can even show you a live trip demonstration on a map so you see it in action.
See how this powerful system works firsthand and how it could solve your unique transport challenges.